Welcome to Trading Made Easy right here on YouTube. I'm certainly glad that you found yourself here. Really quick today, it's midweek, so I want to do a really quick midweek review. I'm only going to be working with 3 pairs because I train more than I just kind of go through the pairs and tell you what's going on. I like to take the opportunity to train, to teach, so that you can be well equipped with the knowledge that you need in order to profit consistently. So with that being said, let's go ahead on and get started with those reviews. So we're going to start with GBP USD, and of course I'm on TradingView. So let me move out the way a little bit. 2 time frames I go with, and that is the daily and the 15-minute. And I'm looking for the trend on the daily, and I am waiting for the continuation of that trend on the 15-minute. That is my strategy, my methodology, and that's been working really, really well for me. So what I clearly see price is doing is we came off of a little uptrend move here, right? Came off of that, and then we broke right here, right? Anytime price breaks structure of any type of structure is basically telling you that it wants to possibly do something different, right? Go in a different direction. And so what we see here is where price has broken structure, then it retests. Now, here's a nugget. When price breaks structure and retests that structure, that's like a confirmation that price wants to start going in the opposite direction. If price breaks structure and it doesn't retest, doesn't come nowhere close, because you got to give yourself a little margin. It may not touch exactly, but just a slight margin is acceptable. But if it does not do that, then it may just be a pullback, right? It just may be a pullback and it goes back up. But those are just things that you want to kind of watch out for. Nothing is definite, written in stone 100%. We just have to use the information, the characteristics of price collectively to determine the direction that we're going to go. So that's that. Okay. So we did retest right here. We retest and then price starting to drop. So what I am looking at is a bearish move happening on the daily, a bearish move happening on the daily. And when you look at your MACD, my moving average, this is a different MACD, but my moving average line is below my histogram, right? And of course, my histogram is bearish as well. So that's another confirmation that we're looking at a bearish move as far as the trend goes on the daily. So with that being said, I'm now going to be looking for a sell on the 15-minute. So let us go there on the 15-minute. Let's go there. Oops. I'm outside and the wind feels good. It feels good. Oh my gosh. I don't know where you all are tuning in from, but it is hot on my side of town. So I welcome that wind. I really do. All right. So we're on the 15-minute. I'm looking for a sell, right? So we never sell from the middle. We don't sell from the top. We sell from what? Well, we sell from the top. We don't sell from the bottom. Now, can you do that? Yes, but I always opt for quality over quantity, and I don't mind waiting. So I do encourage you to really work on your patience, because it's just going to put you in a much better position when you take your trade. So with that being said, if I am waiting for price to reach a key level of resistance before I would consider my sell, then I need to first determine what that level is. Where is that level, right? Where is that level? And so with that being said, we're looking at structure. We're looking at structure. Now, the higher the time frame, the stronger the structure. And I'm kind of doing this in reverse, but I am going to go back. So on the 15-minute, I'm looking at previous structure. Obviously, the previous structure is here, right? Is here. previous structure. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to go to, well, I'm going to look left and see if price reacted or responded to this area. And as you can see, it has, right? But I'm not going to base it on the 15 minutes solely. I am going to go to the hour time frame. And what I'm doing is I'm looking to see if price on the hour time frame is respecting this structural point that I identified. And as you can see on the hour, it has. We have respect here, where we had a reaction. We had a reaction here. We had a reaction here. It broke through, but it pulled back. Then it played around. And you can certainly move further back and see more. And of course, you see action here. So on the hour, this particular price point is structurally sound. So let's go to the 4 hour. Remember, the higher the time frame, the stronger the structure. Okay, so on the 4 hour, do we have price respecting the same area? And absolutely we do. You see right here, pushed up, it hit it, and then came back down, played around, pushed back, played around, pushed back, right? Came back up, retested again, and then push back. So, and then you can see that here too. So what that tells me is this price point is structurally sound, and I can look at this. It makes me feel a whole lot better looking at this particular area, this particular price point, as an area where I will take my sale. So with that being said, I will be looking for price to come up to this point here, and then retest and drop back down. That's what I will be looking for. So the question may be, well, where do you get out? It really does depend on you. It depends on your risk management. It depends on your TP goal. I do 20 pips, and I work with a 20 pip strategy spreadsheet, which works really, really well for me. But the rule of thumb basically is that you look for the previous structure, because wherever that is, you should expect that price is going to have a reaction there. Even if it breaks through that structure, I'm not saying it won't break through, but there may be some vacillation before that happens. And so you want to be able to identify that. So with that being said, I will be looking, or you could be looking at this area right here. Now, I am big on engulfing candles. Most of you already know that. And so I would love to see an engulfing candle around my structure. Okay, certainly see this big one right here. So we know that sellers is in this area. Lots of sales came in. This could have been news that pushed it that far down, but nevertheless, it's a bearish engulfing candle, and it will have a reaction more than likely. So again, same rule apply, same rule apply, and this is what I do each time. So I'm gonna color code this one, and then we're gonna go to the hour to check this area to see if price responded here as well. So we definitely see where price responded here. We see where price is played around in here, right up in here, right up in here. So this is definitely structurally sound. So let's see what it did on the 4 hour. The 4 hour, okay? So we definitely see where price responded in this area, responded in this area as well in here. So I'm confident in saying that when price reaches that point, when price reaches this point, come up and retest, break back down, we're going to have a reaction. Well, if price is going down and we have a reaction, and if we expect a reaction, price is going to go in the other direction. So this would be what I call a pullback point. And so I don't like pullbacks, but that's part of the deal. We can't avoid that, but we can certainly use market structure and price action to determine what the potential pullback points are. And what you want to do is get out of the trade at that point. If you're not swinging, I'm not a swing trader, I'm a day trader, right? So I will certainly be taking my profit at that point. Then let it do what it's going to do, let it pull back. And then guess what? When it pulls back up and I'm selling, I now have another entry. That's the name of the game, guys. But you must understand price action and market structure. So, well, I went the wrong way. So price come up to this point, retest this point, come down to my TP point. That's roughly about 34 pips. Pretty good. Pretty good, right? So that's what I'm looking at for GU. I'm looking to sell GU. And that was the reason why I decided to sell, right? So let's go to UCHEF. Let's go to UCHEF. The same process I do for each and every pair, right? And things will be slightly different because price moves different and things like that. But as long as you know what you're looking for, you will be good to go. You'll be good to go. All right, so I'm on the daily. So let's see, what is price doing? What is price doing? Well, we came off of this downward move here. 1, 2, follow through on here. I'm gonna draw a trend line, right? And price broke the trend line. Actually, I didn't really need this one. Let me go a different route here. Let's go ahead here. Let's do that. Okay. All righty. So we had this move up, right? Price broke structure. Price broke structure. So remember, when price breaks structure, it's telling us that it wants to do something different. It wants to do something different. I do want to identify this area right here, because this is what really started this downward move. And then we had a pullback, and because this is a pullback, right? And price broke structure. It has not retested yet. It has not retested yet. Looks like it's in some consolidation right now, but we are bearish. We are bearish, okay? Because this started that bearish trend. And we had a break of structure. We have not pulled back yet. We have not retested yet. This is a bearish engulfing candle as well. So you have to get accustomed to looking at everything on the chart, because it all tells a story. It all paints the overall picture. And so these are the reasons, as I'm talking to you, why I am going bearish on the daily as my trend, okay? And then, of course, my MACD is obviously pulling down as well, going in that downward direction. So I'm looking to sell UCHEF based on everything I just pointed out. I'm looking to sell UCHEF. Now, where would I get in, right? Where would I get in? So now we're going to go down to the daily. I'm sorry, the 15-minute. And we're going to look for our entry and identify some things as well. So bear with me one moment. So I hope that you all are getting it. I hope that it is simple, that you see the simplicity of it all. The simplicity of it all. I'm going to take that off. I don't need that. And this is all based on market structure, price action. I'm just looking at price, right? Just looking at price. So we know that we're selling, right? So we always sell from point of resistance, which is at the top. So let's go ahead and identify that. This will be an area where I will be looking for my sell position. This is the area where I will be looking for my sell position. Okay. Now, this is the 15 minutes. So I'm going to go to the hour to see if I'm structurally sound on the hour around this area too. So as you can see, price respecting it as well. We have a reaction, right? Where price came, it retests, it tested it, pushed back, tested it, pushed back, tested it, and pushed back. And that's from a resistance standpoint. From a support standpoint, price came down, test, pushed up, close, test, pushed up, okay? Test, pushed up. So we have strong support and resistance to the same price point area. I love to see that. Now let's go to the 4-hour. So what is price doing on the 4-hour relative to this price point? Reaction. Look at that. Reaction. Look at that. So we have resistance here. We have support here, support here, and resistance here. Both support and resistance, price reacted to this price point. So I feel really, really great in that this price point right here will be an area where I expect the price to do what? If I'm looking for a sale, to drop. Now we've identified that. Now what we want to do is identify our take profit? Where will we get out? Where will we get out? Always look at previous structure to determine where you're going to get out. And so in this case here, I do see some consolidation, which is structure as well, right? So this is all I'm doing is really support and resistance. So that's all the Forex market is, support and resistance, market structure. Master that, and you should see some consistent profits. Remember, I haven't even used not one of our awesome indicators, not one, but I will use that to confirm everything that I've just identified. And that is what I want to teach everyone, to be independent of indicators. Indicators are great, but you got to know how to use them. You don't want indicators to supersede price, is basically what I'm saying. All right. So when price comes up to this point here, price is right here. When price comes up to this point here, I'm looking for price to test this area and drop. And then I'm going to take it to the next structural point. Oops. Which is right here. Okay. There we go. So how many pips is that potentially? Potentially 23 pips. Awesome and incredible. Just imagine if you do 2 trades a day and you're getting 20 pips each, you're getting 40 pips per day, or per trade, I should say, per trade. And that's really, really good. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at, selling USHEF, based on everything that I just showed you all. The next one we're going to do is Aussie USD. Aussie USD. So let's go to daily. We're determining the trend. That's all we're doing. Determining the trend. What's the trend? What is price doing? Always ask yourself when you go to the charts, what is price doing? How did price get here, and where do I go from here? Those are the 3 master questions that will always point you in the right direction. It will always lead you to look where you need to look in order to get the data that price is giving you, and then you use that to make your position sound. Okay, so we're here. Where are we? Where's price? Price is right here. Well, how did price get here? Look left. Look left. Well, looks like price was here, started this move. And I'm going to tell you, if you follow, I cannot stress it enough, if you follow engulfing candles at key levels of support and resistance, it always tells you what price is very likely to do. Now, so I looked here, I saw where price came up, it stopped and turned around, drop a line. That's just what I did. This happens to be, right, a bearish engulfing candle at a key level of resistance on the daily. That's very strong. That tells me a lot. So, and then from here, at this point, this is what started this downward move at this point, right? That's what started it. So I am definitely looking at, okay, so this is where it's at. So where do we go from here? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a trend line. I got ahead of myself. Draw a trend line. Because this is the daily, guys. This is the daily. Okay, so we move up. Let me straighten this out. Maybe if I go in, I can see. Nope, that's not one. Let me go out. All right. So we are bearish. We are bearish. We're still bearish. Why? Because we have not broken or created, price has not created any higher highs or higher lows. Has not done that. It's still pushing down. So I will be looking for a sell. I will be looking to sell. This is my methodology, right? I'll be looking to sell. So now that I've made that determination, let's go to the 15-minute. I'm doing the exact same thing. So you all see the repetition in that exact same thing. Okay, so if I'm looking to sell, where am I selling? I'm selling from a point of resistance, right? So I'm looking to see, looking left to see where that area is relative to price. So I'm looking right here. Okay, I'm on 15 minutes, so let's do this real quick. Let's go here. What do I see here? Stretch it out for you. Key levels. Engulfing candles at key levels are very strong indications of a stronger reaction. Okay, so we have a bearish engulfing candle right here. We have a bearish engulfing candle right here, right? So I'm going to drop the line here too. I'm following the engulfings. This is all I do to determine my potential entry. And look at this beautiful engulfing, bearish engulfing candle right here. Yeah, I can't ignore that. I can't ignore that. Nope, I sure can't. Okay, so I will not take this one because this support area is below current price. So it's already broken structure. Remember, whenever price breaks structure, it's like a do-over at that point, right? It's no longer valid at that point for what you're looking for anyway. Okay, so if I'm looking for a sell, I'm looking for price to hit the next level, which is right here. Now that's on the 15 minutes. So let's go to the hour to see if price respected these two areas. On the hour, it absolutely came up here and bounced, pushed up, wicked in here, wicked above it, and pushed back down. See how it's playing around with this structural area. Came up, stopped, pushed back down. So these price points here. Now, same thing here. So what I will be looking at, and you can do one or two things actually. You can actually put in an alert for both of these price points. You can certainly do that. Let's just check the 4 hour to see on the higher time frame. Are we still respecting? Yes. Price came down, hit, pushed up. Price danced inside of it, right? Playing around here, played around here, pushed in, pushed out. So I feel really good about both these points. And actually, I feel good about both. So I will be really looking at this point right here, as my area for entry for a sale. I will put an alert for both price points though, but I will be looking at this point right here. So as price come up here, retest, take her back down, take her where? Take her down to the next structural point. The next structural point could be this area right here, but I will be looking at that area right there. And I'm sure that you all can determine why I selected that area, because this is the next area of structure and support, right? That's the next, well, you all see it. So let's see how many pips the potential pip is. If I went down here, we took a look at about 18 pips, right? So you can get 20 out of there. You can get 20 out of there because we have some vacillation going on in here. Or you can, if you're going for 20 pips, you can drop 2 positions at 10 pips each and be done with it. See, I'm all about simple, easy, in, out, get the money and run type of pips. So if that is your style, then I think that we can do some magic together. So those are the 3 pairs that I wanted to just kind of go over and do some training with. I do have, and I highly encourage you all to consider, if you are still having inconsistency with your simplicity trading system, then you really need to consider the 6-week training course that I offer, because the indicators are great. They really are. But it does not supersede your understanding of market structure, what to look for, little key areas, things that I discussed in the course that will certainly allow you to maximize the indicators. Because if you have, I'm gonna be real honest with my super easy Forex family. If you have these indicators, which if you're in the community, you do, and you're still not profiting, then it's not the indicator. We already know that. There's some areas of price action and structure, some basic fundamentals that you have to get under your belt. And that is the reason why I highly recommend the 6-week course, where I will show you how to do that. And if that's something that you want to do, certainly use the link inside of the description, my calendar, and you could book your seat there, secure your seat there. If you don't have any of the simplicity indicators, you absolutely should. I mean, I'm just encouraging you to. It's up to you. I swear by it. It's great. It certainly helps trading to be easy and simple. That's why it's called simplicity. But if you don't, again, you have an opportunity to get your hands on that. Now, I know I have not demonstrated the simplicity, but previous videos that I've done, you can certainly go through any of them and you will see how simplicity, the effectiveness, how I use it, and all of that great stuff. So it doesn't matter what your skill level is, it will enhance your ability to profit more consistently and trade the simple, easy way. So those that access the link inside the description to get your hands on the simplicity, you'll also get a bonus triple arrow system. I've made a hybrid chart, and so I'll make that available to you. It's no longer available within the community, but I'll make that available to all those that align with me in my Trading Made Easy community. So with that being said, you all have a fantastic trading week. The remaining of this week, make it great. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a great one.